So one thing with any type of fishing, whether it's bass fishing, crappie fishing, perch fishing, or big game fish fishing, it needs to be fun, and you need to figure out how to make it fun. Today we're going to discuss that. Stay tuned. Hey folks, welcome to Casting with Kirk. I'm Kirk. I am so glad you could join me today. So we need to figure out what type of style of fishermen we are, what our strengths are to make fishing fun, get out and actually catch fish. You need to determine, are you preferably a shallow water fisherman compared to a deep water fisherman? Do you like to fish lakes versus rivers or even little ponds? Do you like to get out on a big boat? Do you like to be out on a kayak or say wading? Do you like to fish weeds? Do you like to fish the shoreline? Do you like to fish the open waters, hard baits, soft baits? There's all the different styles and strengths of fishing, and you need to figure out, to make it fun, which you are. Today, I want to talk first about deep water fishing. Now, deep water is a relative term. Some of the lakes you could be fishing maybe have a depth of, a deep water depth of, say, 100, 200 feet, maybe an average of 20 to 30 feet. Some of the other lakes you could be fishing might have a deepest depth of 8 to 10 feet. It really all depends on the type of lake you're fishing, the area of the country. Some river systems have really deep water, while some rivers are really shallow. So it all depends. It's a relative term. I'm kind of today going to talk about if you're fishing, say, from that 15 to 30 feet range, looking for bass. You're going to be targeting areas like big underwater humps. You're going to be looking for deep weed lines, big, say, rock piles, submerged trees, those kind of areas that are going to be in those deeper depths. I've been on lakes before that just with the right type of sun, you can look into that water and it's clear enough. You can see 15 to 20 feet down and you can see those bass swimming around the bottom. Then the question comes, how do I get down that deep? How do I catch them? There's multiple lures that you can use to get down deep, and you got to figure out exactly which do you prefer. You've got things like deep diving crankbaits. This is one that will dive roughly about 22 feet deep. You need a big, long cast to get these out nice and deep, to get them down and drag across that bottom. This one is going to run you on 10-pound test line, somewhere right around 13 to 15, maybe 16 feet deep. Again, it's going to get down there and drag across that bottom. You can also throw a big old fat half-ounce, three-quarter-ounce jig down there and start just dragging it real slow, maybe hopping it, if you got weeds and that kind of stuff, hopping it through there. Nice little jig trailer on the end. You can throw big 10-inch worms with a big half-ounce, three-quarter-ounce weight. Again, dropping it way down out there. These work really good if, say, you're down around an area that has big drop-offs. You can have your vehicle, your boat, up shallow, throw out deep, and start dragging it, and then slowly drag it up that ledge. Or you can tie on what's called a drop shot, which is a nice little weight, and then above that weight, it's going to be just a tiny little finesse bait. It's just going to kind of look like a little bait fish hanging there in the water. You're just slowly kind of moving along, twitching it. It's a good way to get fish that are down deep to bite. Especially it seems like smallmouth really love a drop shot finesse bait. A real popular thing that you're going to see on the big river systems, especially the Tennessee River. You're going to hear a lot of people talk about fishing the ledges on a Tennessee River lake or river. And that deals with when they're moving current, where the bass move up to, and when they're not moving current, where the bass slide back down. They're on these certain ledges. That'll be a whole different video topic that we can talk about. Now, equipment you're going to want to use when you're out deep fishing, especially when you're casting out these bigger jigs. You got your bigger crankbaits, but you got to go with your heavier weapons. I'm usually anywhere from 7 to 7'6" heavy. I'm usually putting anywhere from 15 to 17 pound fluorocarbon. I might even go to braid, because then you get that very little stretch when you go for those deeper water hook sets. Or if you're fishing more of your finesse style baits, like a drop shot, maybe a big worm with a heavy weight, you can go ahead and get yourself your medium heavy spinning rod. You can even get these in heavy some places. And again, I'm either going to use braid or something like the fluorocarbon that has very little stretch, so I can get that deeper hook set and get them up and to the boat. Like I said, you want to make fishing fun. You want to get out there and catch fish. You need to determine what your strengths are, what style you like to fish. This is video number 1 of kind of a series. I want to touch on all the different styles and strengths that you can learn to fish with and adapt to those. Well, if you like this information, go ahead, hit that like and subscribe. I thank you for joining me today. You folks have yourself a great day. Get out and do some fishing.